Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Factory Reset chat. Today we got an interesting question we're going to be discussing because we have a fair amount to say on it. Hopefully it won't be too long of a chat, but we'll see what happens. We got the question. The question was, how do you manage a training schedule, an active training schedule at the gym and everything like that, and still have and are able to keep a healthy relationship with your spouse or girlfriend? So we had some struggles with this. Yes. I, at many points in time, just was like, Cassie, you're just gonna have to deal with this. This is who I am. If you can't love me at my worst, you can't have me at my best.
Oh gosh.
One of those situations, right? But we did though. We did.
We did.
And you want to kind of break into this one a little bit?
So our struggles stemmed from the fact that we don't train in the same sport or fitness world.
One of us is right, one of us is wrong.
So that put a lot of strain on us.
It became hard because one, it was we didn't have a lot of the shared experiences where we had like common, almost like they say couples should have common interests. We had the common interest in fitness and well-being.
Yeah.
It was just what we chose to do that with. So I couldn't bring my fight problems to Cassie, and she couldn't really bring her fitness, CrossFit, lifting problems to me. I mean, to a degree, but like there was some overlaps here and there.
Yeah.
But like we didn't really have, like it was just like, so it was like we went to two different jobs every day. It's like, how was work at your place? Oh yeah, I do that. Oh, okay, yeah. How was your work at your place? Oh, okay. Yeah, so and so's pregnant again. Oh, okay.
Again.
Second baby daddy, third baby
Stop
daddy.
it.
Anyway, so yeah, it was the problem.
Yeah, we also ran into the issue of, because you had your gym family and I had my gym family.
Who do we spend the holidays with?
Yeah, basically. Like fight nights, right? We obviously went out with the jiu-jitsu team or the Thai team.
Boring yoga nights, we went out with the fitness gym.
We didn't do boring yoga nights.
I'm just saying something boring because fight nights are fun, and then like, I don't know what CrossFit gyms do. Like,
most of us would go out and just go to a brewery or hang out and drink at somebody's house. Like it was nothing crazy. It just wasn't like event themed. But
let this be a lesson. Go to a fight gym, not a CrossFit gym. They're boring.
Oh my God. But the other thing that became a real big issue for us was we were always at the gym in the evenings, and then we were always at our day jobs during the day. And so it became a very...
When do we see each other?
We never saw each other.
Yeah.
So something that we
both collected other spouses, other girlfriends.
We decided was we would have designated date nights.
We did.
We picked a day that we decided.
We had not negotiables. We had we had times that we were at the gym, and then we had non-negotiable times that we spent with each other.
Yeah, so we picked one night during the week that we would not go to the gym. We would come home from work and we would spend the evening together. Mm-hmm. That was,
and you always have to have it planned, because if you just like, hey, this is our night, and then you're just like, oh, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. Well, what do you want to do? I don't know. And then you just end up like watching a movie or something, and it's just like it wastes the whole thing.
Well, but there were some times that we still stayed home and watched a movie, but it was
intentional. Like we had a date out of it.
But we had a date night that we dedicated to being able to do whatever we wanted together that was not gym related.
It just has to be specific, so you don't because you can easily fall into the trap of wasting those nights.
Yeah.
And you can just be like, well, did we plan anything to cook for dinner? No. Or do you want to just order in? Sure. Well, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. And then you end up not doing anything, and then you really don't get to create that connection. You really don't get to come together as a couple. Like it doesn't work. You have to be intentional. Guys, be intentional, right? Plan it out for your ladies, I'm making this dinner. We're going to be, I bought this nice bottle of wine. We're going to be, watching a movie, or we're going to have like, I don't know, a game night, or we're gonna do like whatever, and
it never
make
had
it
to be
intentional.
something
Okay.
extraordinary, like it was never like this big ta-da always. It was, sometimes it was just simply like, hey, we want to go to a brewery and sit and
I love those nights
have
too.
a discussion and like reconnect.
Catch up.
And
how's your life going?
yeah.
I haven't seen you in a week. How's your boyfriend?
That was we laughed, but that really was our life at some point.
Yeah.
Like it was, we never saw each other. Like, hey, how you been?
Well, I was building the gym. I wasn't just going to the gym. I was building the gym. And you were managing a CrossFit gym while we both worked our normal 9-to-5 full-time jobs.
Yeah. So then we, besides doing and having a designated date night to be able to reconnect and do things, then we decided that we would also dedicate one of the weekend days of just being a family day. So we would typically either do dinner with your parents or my parents or sometimes both. And we would
also generally try not to schedule anything, and we still do to this day. Like Sunday is our non-negotiable. Like I'll have fun things that come up, like, oh man, like so and so want to go snowboarding on a Sunday. It's like, nope, family day.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, oh, there's this cool like creative photo shoot thing that I was gonna do, because I do photography, for those who don't know that. And if it's on a Sunday, nope, non-negotiable.
Sometimes we would rearrange things if it was something that was like super important to us, but for the most part,
switch to a Saturday instead of a Sunday.
Yeah, but for the most part, like all of our close friends and gym people knew, like Sunday, like if there was something happening on a Sunday, like don't bother asking Cassie or Rick because they're not going.
Yeah. But then you also realize that you're going to lose some actual friend and relationships if you go out with your friends during the week a lot, or your friends go out during the week a lot. There were times that we just didn't go because it was just like, oh, date night, non-negotiable.
Yeah.
You know, or training night, non-negotiable. Because you have to have the non-negotiables on both ends. Like we run into a lot of people in the gym who like they'll get married, they'll start dating, and maybe they were a very regular student or a regular fighter or a regular athlete at your gym. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, my wife's complaining that I'm always at the gym, so now I'm just not going to the gym at all.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then that's equally as bad.
Yeah.
Right? Because you do need to prioritize your health. You need to like prioritize like your mental, like the mental stress relief.
Yeah.
Like that you get from those. Yeah. And it's like, and then it kind of gets me into like this topic, and it's going to be kind of a rant, but I'm going to see how you feel about this. And I'm going to see how everybody else feels. I know I always go on my rants. Those slowly turn into people who don't work for their relationships because your priority is in your health and your fitness. But let's be real here, guys. Everybody at home. Your health and your fitness play a significant part in your relationship because it gives you energy. All right. If you're constantly going home and you're so tired because you're just not healthy, that you don't have you don't have the energy for your children and stuff, it plays a big part. Or you don't have the energy for your spouse. There's the people who go home and then they get out of the healthy lifestyles and they adopt the sedentary lifestyles. And then all of a sudden, everybody in the house is like overweight and not attracted to each other and like miserable. And then that gets me to my rant. As soon as the relationship ends, both of them are on the hunt for the divorce revenge body. Fucking hate it, man. I hate it. It's like, if you guys had just put that much work in at the beginning to your revenge bodies and your dedication to your partners and your dedication to having that time, having the mental health time for yourself, but also having the time with your partner, like devoted, not sitting on the couch next to them while you both watch your show mindlessly and don't talk to each other. It's like, I can do that with anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have to be married to you to do that. And then by the time that it's over, it's too late because the relationship's over. You guys didn't connect while you were in the relationship, but now you're both trying to bring yourself back to a perspective where people outside of your relationship would find you attractive again.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why don't you do that when you were in there? It's like, even if it's 1 day a week or 2 days a week, it's like, well, this is our non-negotiable night where we are like reconnecting with each other. And you are having a night where you're trying to make your significant other feel special. And guys out there, that's super, super important. And girls out there too, that's super, super important. Try to make your other significant other, and this is something I struggled with a lot because it doesn't naturally, to most guys, at least most guys that I know, this doesn't come naturally to know how to do this. Like our ways that we try to make our significant others feel special is by like working for them, and doing stuff. It's like, well, I fixed the dishwasher. Do you feel loved? And it's like, it doesn't come natural. And then like Cassie would always tell me, she'd be like, no, I need you to do like the little things in life. I need you to bring me the flowers, do like the romantic stuff or whatever. And it's like, to me, I was just like, fixing the dishwasher wasn't romantic. Like, that's like the most romantic part of me.
But I fixed it.
But I fixed it. And now you don't have to wash the dishes and I don't have to wash the dishes, and it's makes our lives better.
Why are you not happy?
Yeah. But that's really it. But you have to find the things that connect with your partner.
Yeah. I also hate the revenge body thing. But I also, something that
This brings me up to the rant because it's like, where we're talking about, like, you're trying to make time for each other, but and the revenge body thing just annoys me in that way because it's like you're making the time now to be attractive, or you're making the time now to be considerate, or you're making the time now to be the person who is there for a partner, when you could have done it when you were with a partner.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, my problem with a lot of it is, and especially when you were talking about the people that used to come like 5 days a week and then they're in a relationship or they got married and it's like, oh, well, my wife says I'm at the gym too long or too many days.
Or they don't want you to go at all. I've seen many people quit over the years because they just like, my wife doesn't like that I do jujitsu. She doesn't like that I work out and I'm at the gym 2 nights a week, or she doesn't like that I'm
why?
rolling with other women or whatever.
They were that person when you met them and dated them. Like, why does that change? Why can't you just have the communication of like, hey, I know that's important to you, but could you maybe do it maybe only 3 times a week so that we have more time together on the other days? Or, right, it's almost like communication is super freaking hard for everybody. It's like, communication's great while we're dating and everything's all happy-go-lucky, and then as soon as we get married, it's like communication is like, I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to hurt his feelings, so I'm not going to say anything, and I'm just going to make them do this, or I'm just going to make them feel bad so they quit or whatever. But like,
communication has to increase after dating.
If that was part of who you were in the dating realm, I don't understand why it becomes a ultimatum once marriage happens, like, oh, we're married now, you can no longer train jiu-jitsu. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's silly.
Well, and the other problem that people run into is that the courting process of like dating and trying to sell somebody on why they should be with you for the rest of their life. Like, I'm gonna sell you on me right here. The sales process ends when the conversion happens, when like you put a ring on it. It's like, you said you're with me. You're like, haha, sucker. I don't got to do nothing no more. Like, and it drives me freaking nuts because like, that's when it really becomes difficult. That's when you have to have the more communication, because now you're trying to build a life with somebody. You're trying to adapt to their evolution and they're trying to adapt to your evolution. Because let's be honest, like, we got married in 2009 and I mean, it's 2025 right now, and in that time, how many versions of us did we go through?
Oh, so many.
In those 15 years.
So many.
It's like,
neither one of us are the same persons.
We probably went through 2 to 3 iterations of ourselves.
Yeah.
But every single iteration of yourself requires you to reconnect with the other person. Because the person that's sitting across from me in this chair today isn't the person I married 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You are a completely different person. You've adapted, you've grown, we've had children together, we've bought houses together, we've bought, we've created lives together, have annoying cats. I don't know where she is today. But like, every single person, that can't change your relationship. Like, that means that it's like you're dating a new person. That means that you have to restart the communication. You have to see what is important to that person at that point in their life. Gym and fitness may have been, it's an important thing to you now, but back then there were times where it wasn't. There were times where soccer was important to you and you were playing outdoor soccer because you had gotten done with college ball and whatever, and you're just like, I'm doing soccer now.
Yeah.
There were times when, for us, when going to breweries and hanging out with friends was like our
Or going to the
main
bar
thing,
and playing pool.
or going to the bar and playing pool
Yeah.
or whatever. And then you just grow out of that. And if one person gets left behind in that and the other person expands out of that, now you have two different people that are trying to make it work and it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's one of the things that happens as well. And it's just like, okay, well, like how do we stay on this? Like we're evolving, but we still got to stay together on the path.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that you have to do. But then you also have to realize that your partner needs things that you can't provide. All right. Like for me, for example, I will never be black. All right. So,
Oh my gosh.
so I'm just kidding. But I had to throw that one in. So for example, sorry, I had to stop for a second. That was a good one. So for example, things that I will never be able to provide. The outlet that you get at the gym.
Yeah.
The friendships that you make with your girlfriends at the gym, the people that you work out with, and things like that. I will never be able to replicate that for you. So you need to have your space to be able to do that. But at the same time, I have to know that our relationship is still a priority for you, that you don't just value that and I'm just like the guy along for the ride.
Yeah.
Until the next guy shows up who is
Stop it.
better than me in every way. But in the same way, it's like you have to have that for your partner. You have to make sure that they have that. For me, like for the longest time, it was in fighting, and you had you were like, you know what, like, can you only do this? Can we have date nights? Can we have this, whatever? And then you had another stipulation. I don't know if you remember. Pretty strong stipulation, one that was threatened divorce.
I remember.
Oh yeah? Cassie told me if I get cauliflower ear, she's going to divorce me.
It's true. It's disgusting. I hate it.
It was a lie.
No.
Look, I have cauliflower
We
ear.
almost divorced.
It was...
Had my lawyer drawing up paperwork.
Yep.
Pissed.
And she realized I had all the money.
I hate it.
And she was just like, damn.
Joke's on me, no money.
No, but like, you really have to have those... You have to have the discussions throughout the entire thing. You have to keep working for each other. And
You have to have the hard conversations. I think that's the problem that people don't want to have.
cauliflower ear was our hard conversation.
Is they, like, when somebody comes to you and they present the issue or the problem that they have, like, hey, I don't appreciate that you're training 5 days a week. Like, we instantly get into defense mode of like, well, what's wrong with it? Instead of...
You don't want me to be healthy?
Yeah.
You want me to die of a heart attack?
Sitting back and saying, okay, well, it's really important to me, but you're also really important to me. How do we make this work? Because I don't want to give up that, but I also don't want to lose you. And
They have to be a negotiation.
Having the hard conversations and being open-minded in those conversations is how you get to a better, more evolved place every year.
Yeah. And you have to keep growing with your partner. You have to keep allowing your partner to do the things that keep them sane.
Yeah.
But your partner also has to be considerate of you too. If you're the person who is constantly looking for the outlet because, like, you know, life is lifey in a way, and you're leaving your partner behind, you can't blame your partner when they no longer want to be with you because they don't feel supported.
Yeah.
You know, your partner needs to feel supported. They got into this. You sold them on the support that you provide, right?
Now you gotta live up to it.
And now you got to deliver,
Yeah.
right? Now you have to deliver the support. And if you're not delivering the support, then, like, what's the purpose of them staying with you?
Yeah.
You know, so...
But that was the hard thing for us in our early stages, was we wouldn't have the uncomfortable conversations. We would just be mad at each other for not mind reading that I needed you to be home more, or that you needed me to be home more, or and whatever the situation was at the time
all
being,
mind reading.
we would never talk about it, and then it would get to one of those big giant explosions.
But that was the purpose of having the date nights where we reconnect.
Yeah. So
On those reconnecting conversations, those reconnecting conversations weren't always pleasant. Mm-mm. Like most of the time we were like, oh, how's your day going? How's your boyfriend? You good? Like, tell him I said hi. But the other things were like, hey, what do you need from me? What am I doing that is annoying you right now? Yeah. What things can I do to help you? What things can I do to support you? Things like that. Like we would constantly have those conversations, or we would try to. I mean, there was times where it's not always going to be perfect. There's times that we fall back into the habits of mind reading. And then we would pull ourselves back out of it and be like, my bad. I forgot I couldn't do that. And then like you have those conversations
Mortal
again.
man.
Yeah, I know. And then you have that conversation again. It's like, oh, well, what do you need from me? Well, what's going to make your life better? And then the other person's like, well, what do you need from me? What do you need me to do more? What do you need me to provide for more? What support do you need? What do you need me to stop doing? Like whatever.
Yeah.
And those type of things are going to evolve. Those types of things are going to change. There are things that used to bother me as a younger man who was, self-conscious about a lot of things that now I don't give a fuck about now. It's like, and you evolve as a person. But your partner doesn't know that unless you tell them. So they may think that the thing that you needed a couple of years ago is still the thing that you need now.
Yeah.
And then they don't know to change.
Yeah.
So you have that, and you have to have that. But but you also have to have the non-negotiables in your life too. You cannot, if your husband tells you, you can't go to the gym anymore because I need you home 5 days a week.
Gross.
Yeah. And it'd be like, well. No, I'm just kidding. Don't just figure it out. Negotiate, figure it out, right? You're like, well, that doesn't really work for me because I need my mental health. Yeah. I need my stress relief. I need my whatever you need. And your spouse should be there to support you in that. As long as it's within a boundary, right? It's like, I'm going to go out and be a stripper. It's like, well, that doesn't really work for me. Sorry. I know the money's probably good. Well, it depends. How much is the money?
Oh, stop it.
How much is the money? Like, let's discuss numbers real quick. And then we'll discuss whether or not it doesn't work. But here's the thing, like you should have, both of you should have discussed boundaries early on in your relationship, what are deal breakers for you, yep. What you want, what you don't want, like the kind of person that you want, whatever. And then if that doesn't work for you, then don't get with them.
Yeah.
Definitely don't have a child with them.
No, that too.
And figure all that out early. And then if those things change over time, change with the person or adapt and talk to the person about negotiating that change. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to be a stripper 2 times a week, and be like, all right, can we just switch it to one night a week and go to one of those like shitty strip clubs where nobody I know is going to see you there. Like, I don't want to have to be judged about it. Like, oh, your wife turned into a stripper. What are you doing? It's like, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of your significant other.
Yeah. So if you're not taking care of yourself at the gym, if you're not finding the things that help with your mental health, how are you going to provide the mental health support for the others in your life that you need, especially your children?
Yep.
They need it from you too. And if mom and dad are on like short fuses all day long because they don't have that outlet, and they're constantly just at each other's throats because they don't have their time. Like, how is the child going to see that?
Yeah.
And how is the child going to go into future relationships thinking that that's a norm?
Yeah.
Be like, oh, well, my mom and dad fought all the time, and my mom became a stripper, and my dad, whatever. Like,
no one you keep saying stripper.
I don't know.
Stop it.
But the children see that, they view it as a norm, and then they're not happy in their relationships because the example that you gave them wasn't an example of you at your best.
Yeah.
Or you doing what you knew you needed to do. It was the example of you letting the other side of you or the other person in your life win.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not about winning or losing as far as a relationship goes, but it's like, as far as like the negative, you didn't negotiate, you didn't communicate, you didn't give the other person didn't give you the things that you needed to be successful in life.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the advice, right?
Yeah.
Do the best you can to communicate with each other. Do the best you can to have the days where you commit those times to each other. And last piece of advice, especially for men, and Cassie might agree with this, you may have 2 days a week that you dedicate to each other, but that doesn't mean that for the other 5 days you just blow each other off,
Yeah.
right? So we only had, there were days where we only saw each other for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yep.
But in those 10 or 15 minutes, phones were off. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, if that's all you get is 15 minutes, be present for the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Be there for your partner for the 15 minutes. Like try to exist. And that was one thing that we've had our issues about over the years, is because I have a very big problem of turning my business brain off and like not answering emails and not answering messages and not putting out fires. And it can make your significant other feel like the priority in your life isn't them.
Yes.
And it was something that I don't want to ever do with my children, and I only want to sometimes do with my wife. But
Until she yells at you.
Until she yells at me, and then we just be like, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know. No, but so be present with your significant other. Make sure that they feel like they are the priority in your life, because when it comes down to it, businesses close, jobs lay you off, your employer will replace you in a week. All right? Your significant other, your children, I mean, if you're not present for them, that is a lifetime worth of memories and pain and everything else that you throw away.
Yep.
You're disposable everywhere else in your life except for to those you love.
Yeah.
Or who love you. All right, collect those. All right, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we will see you guys on the next chat.
Thanks.
Cool.
Bye.